Hello, Professor. This is the Copyright Law and Internet Safety Lesson Assure Model by Group 3 in Info 5720. Our group satisfies the A in Assure, Analyze Learners, by selecting high school juniors in journalism class and selecting different engagement strategies to suit differently abled and multiple intelligence learners. Those are class discussion, multimedia audiovisual presentation for those visual and auditory learners, guided practice for hands-on learners, and small group discussion. Journalism students already have some familiarity with research strategies. Entry competency will be in some measure determined by the Quizlet pretest. Our lesson satisfies the first S in Assure, State Standards and Objectives, by beginning the lesson with stating the state standards and objectives. The TEKS were pulled straight from TEA, and the objective not only fulfills the ABCD objectives checklist from our textbook, but it also is in the style of Fundamental Fives framing the lesson, We Will, I Will. Our goal wording is taken straight from the TEK. To identify and correctly use the foundations of press law, including copyright, fair use, and intellectual property ownership. Our objective: given a list of 10 copyright rules or guidelines and 5 scenarios of internet use of various materials, 11th grade journalism students will demonstrate their understanding of copyright laws by identifying copyright violations, explaining the violation, and suggesting a legal alternative to resolving the 5 scenarios. This must be done with 100% accuracy based on the rules given and as confirmed by the teacher. Our group satisfies the second S in Assure, Select Strategies and Resources. After analyzing our learners' beginning and ending points, our task now is to build a bridge between these 2 points by choosing appropriate instructional strategies and resources to achieve these objectives. In our copyright lesson, we will be using technology that the students are familiar with and comfortable using or seeing. We will also be using a whole group and small group or partner strategy to make sure that all students are engaged in active learning. The rubric for the assignment meets the rubric criteria. It is aligned with objectives, it is accurate and current, it is age appropriate with its language, it is interesting and engaging, and it has a technical quality, it is easy to use, bias-free, and has user and guide directions. Our group satisfies the U in Assure for Utilize Resources. This step involves the thought process behind planning the lesson around what resources best suit your students' needs, such as technology, media, and materials. These are previewing and preparing materials, preparing learning environment, and providing learning experience. For our copyright lesson, we are using a PowerPoint presentation to share information with the entire class in a whole group setting. It will be shared on a smartboard or similar using a computer. All will be set up and checked before the presentation. Materials will be provided for students in the form of an informational handout and group discussion activity. Throughout the presentation, students will be involved in a guided learning experience through discussion, and after the presentation, work in groups to identify and correctly use the foundations of copyright laws. This will be evaluated using a prepared rubric. Our group satisfies the R in Assure, Require Learner Participation. Active mental engagement. These examples are used throughout the lesson. Students are given information and are asked to think through examples. Any pretest administered will clue the students to what they are expected to know so that they will listen for that information during the lesson. Engaging learners in practicing of new skills. The first practice scenario will be done together, modeled by the teacher. The second scenario done in groups with teacher feedback ahead of formal assessment. The rest can be done on their own or with partners, concluding with class-wide discussion of the answers or teacher feedback. Supporting learning with technology and media. This will be our PowerPoint slides for the lecture as well as the Quizlet pretest. Finally, our group satisfies the E in ASSURE for evaluate and revise. Using traditional and authentic assessments to determine learner achievement of state standards and objectives. In our project, the evaluation comes through the students engaging with the exercise and assessed by the rubric. On the first question, they are given a guided lesson. On the next questions, they need to apply the rules themselves to the scenarios offered. The authentic part has to do with application of real-life situations, such as end-of-year project they will be doing using the internet. The lesson should be useful to their project. Revising lesson plan if discrepancies occur. If students are not getting it, not using the rules of copyright, not understanding they are the law regardless of opinion, or not understanding the implications of the scenarios, the teacher has to back up and re-explain the rules, why they are in place, and ethical implications of digital citizenship and a literate society, and the importance of following the rules as they stand, but also understanding that gray areas do exist and policies are in flux due to new technologies used to manage and curate information. Thank you for listening to why our copyright lesson satisfies the ASSURE model.